to the sixth and final part of the total body workout with yoga with me, Carla, here at the I Am Yoga studio in Bold. So if you haven't done any of the previous classes, I would advise doing those first. We are going to move through some sun salutations today quite quickly with our breath, so it will be useful to have a little bit of an idea of those first. Don't worry if you haven't, you can always pick it up, it just might take you a little bit longer. We're going to get into our glutes a little today, our butt cheeks. Really, really important. If they're not firing up properly, you may suffer with lower back issues, hip problems, and that can radiate up into shoulders, so it's really good to work our glutes. Just do what you can, and as always, don't do anything that hurts at any point. Please challenge yourselves as much as you want to, but never any pain. So just need yourselves and a mat today. It may help to have a cushion or a block or a book or something with you, because we will be doing a few things with straight legs, and if your hamstrings are a bit tight, then by all means grab something to help you. And we're just going to start by opening our hips, because we are working a little bit with the hips today. I'm going to start with a pose called butterfly pose, which is where we just bring the soles of the feet together and the knees come out wide. Now again, if you do have blocks, they can be really nice if your inner thighs are tight and your legs don't want to go down very far. But if it's too much, all you do is you either take, take the bum back or take the feet forward, and that's going to take the pressure out of the hips. So just wherever feels good for you. And it can be hard then to relax the shoulders down and lift the chest, because when we work with the hips especially, we introduce tightening all around the shoulders. So let's see if we can just breathe here for a little while. Really feeling the ground underneath your bottom, underneath your feet. You can close the eyes, whatever feels good. If there's any pinching in your lower back, try and tuck the bum underneath you, but then see if you can lift the chest up again. Imagine your back is against a wall, which is something you can actually do. Take yourself to a wall if this is too much for your back. Just breathe. If your hips feel okay and your inner thighs and you want a little bit more, you can just start to take it forward. And this isn't a lever, we're not pulling here. This is the very first posture for today. So we're just going to breathe into it. So palms up is a really nice way of stopping any pull. And just with every inhale, feel the belly, and with every exhale, just let yourself come a little bit further forward. If you completely drop your head, sometimes you can feel a tugging in your lower back, because the whole back of the body is linked. So by dropping the head, it can tug. So if it does do that, just lift your head a little. Otherwise, if you want to let the head go, feel free. Keep taking nice deep breaths. Let's do 2 more. And slowly and carefully, let's bring yourselves back up. And we're going to lay down on the mat. And we're going to take happy baby pose. I should have realised about the sun shining on me. I'm going to lay this way. So happy baby pose. Let's hug those knees in first of all. Give yourselves a rock and roll, whatever feels good. And then what we do is we take the knees a little wider apart, so we get into the hips, and we bring the feet together to start off with. And you take this as far as you want to. It can be handy for this pose if you've got a tight back body to have a cushion from underneath your head. And then what we're going to do is either take hold of the calf muscles, you can just hold behind the thighs, or if you can, the outside of the feet. Now if doing this has caused you to lift your head off and hunch everything up, then you've gone too far. So wherever you are, you need to be able to relax the head and shoulders, and that may mean putting a cushion under your head. And once you've got hold of the feet or the calves or the backs of the thighs, you can start to open the feet out like a book. And again, you need to be able to relax the shoulders and the head here, which is really hard if you're not used to doing this type of pose. So the soles of the feet are towards the ceiling and the ankles are over the knees. And it could be that you just have to hold on at the back of the thighs to allow the shoulders to relax. Wherever you are, big belly breath in And exhale, relax the shoulders. This is really, really good. A lovely stretch. It feels like the most lady or lad-like pose you could possibly do. It's not the most flattering, but it's really good for the hips. And then what we're going to do is keep the knees there. You're not going to allow your legs or your feet to move, but you're going to gently release the feet. So to be able to do that without the feet pinging away, you have to start pulling your belly in, really activating the fronts of the thighs so that you can let go. The feet haven't moved, your head and your shoulders and your neck haven't increased in tension. This is core now, and the front of the thighs, the hip flexors. And you're squeezing the knees as close to the floor each side of you as you can get. And keeping the heels above the knees if you can. Take the hands between and see if you can push the spine down and lift up and breathe. And as you push your lower back down, your bottom might lift up and your chest might lift to the ceiling. Always towards the ceiling rather than squishing the neck down, the chin down, lifting up. Breathe. And just release. Take hold of the knees and then do whatever feels good. You may be able to feel that maybe in the hips, maybe in the front of the thighs. And then just rocking and rolling. Placing your feet on the floor. So be careful if you've got sore knees, you can always take your feet further away. Otherwise your feet are coming in quite close to the bottom. Your feet are underneath the knees and the knees are roughly in line with the hips. So you're not allowing your knees to fall in and your feet aren't super wide. And maybe just have a little look at your feet and check that your toes haven't turned out, because that's just going to close the lower back a little bit and cause a little bit too much pressure. So try and have your feet in a straight line if you can. Hands come onto the floor. Excuse me, we're going to do bridge pose. So as you push the feet into the floor, gently start to squeeze your bottom and lift up. And the whole time, one of the most important things here is to activate the butt muscles, but also to drag the shoulders down away from the ears so we're not putting pressure on our necks. If this is too much for you, you can just take a cushion or a block and pop it underneath your back and do a supported bridge. If this feels okay and you're lifting your hips, your glutes are firing, the whole of the foot is on the floor, maybe you can start to take the weight into the right side. So imagine you're squeezing your right glute a little more, and then maybe you're lifting the left leg into the air. If your left hip has dropped, just to allow that leg to lift both hips back in alignment. Feel the hips with your hands, check that they're both level, and then pulse for 10, 9, as you squeeze the right glute. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Squeeze that right glute as much as you can. Try and relax the upper body. This is all in the lower body. And release that foot down. You can take a rest or you can stay in this bridge. If there's any pain in the back, you lower yourself down. Please be careful with your necks and backs. You can stay here, or you can put the weight into the left foot and start to lift the right leg up. Strong legs. Squeeze the glutes as much as you can. Check that your hips are level-ish. And pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keeping that height. 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you squeeze a little harder? Ooh, and relax it down. And take a deep breath. I am struggling a little this morning, if I'm honest, because I had too many gyms last night. Terrible, terrible behaviour for a yoga teacher. But I had a good time. And it's good to relax every now and then. Okay, knees over the hips. Feet in line with the knees. We did this, I think it was last week or the week before. When you lift your legs up, the back wants to arch. So push the spine down. And breathe. And this is hard enough. Just keeping the knees here. And what we're going to do is introduce some toe taps. So you're going to gently drop the left foot and lift, and the right foot. And if that's too much pressure on your back, just bring the knees further into your chest. But breathe as you toe tap. And the whole time you're pushing your lower back down so hard that you can't get any air in between there. Maybe you can start to lift your head and shoulders as you tap. And you're trying to keep the knees in line with the hips, chin away from the chest, and you're trying to breathe. The slower, the better. We always want to rush things like sit-ups, but try and move slowly and breathe slowly. That's what's going to really allow you to gain physical and mental strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax it down. Lift yourselves up in any way that's comfortable and bring yourselves over. Okay, we're going to come straight into a downward dog. So, hands and knees, tucking the toes. Let's push the ground away with nice wide fingers, tummies in tight. And we don't come into a downward dog with the back arch. So push the ground away, round the spine. Then you can lift your knees, bum comes into the air and push that weight back. And breathe, and you can wiggle. Bend one knee and the other, you can find stillness, whatever feels good. Enjoy your first downward dog, you have many more to come. And then let's walk your feet to the front of the mat. Take a dangle, taking hold of the opposite elbows, letting the head go. Big belly breaths in, letting gravity pull you down a little more, the legs aren't locked. And then release the hand, push the floor away, glutes in, and come to standing. Roll the shoulders back and down. Okay, we're going to do 5 rounds, I'm going to regret this, 5 rounds of sun salutations version A, and then 5 rounds of version B. We're going to do one of each quite slowly, so you can gauge what the moves are, and then we'll go into it fully. Now the object, or the aim, is to try and do 1 move per breath. So after we've done a practice run of each one, when we go into it fully, I will cue your breathing and you're going to attempt to move with your breath. Don't worry if you can't, you just breathe however feels good, but it's going to get harder and harder as we go through it. So we'll do 2 practice rounds and then we'll go into the full swing. 5 rounds of version A, they're called Surya Namaskar, that's the Sanskrit term for the sun salutes, but they are beautiful when you flow with your breath. So for version A, what we do is we inhale, we lift the arms. I'm going to take this slow just to show you the moves, but please join in. We take a forward fold, we relax the head. As we lift the chest and lift the bum, we try and arch the back a little, this is your halfway lift. And then with one exhale, when we're doing it, you step or jump back into a plank, straight into your chaturanga, which is where you have either the knees off or the knees down. Elbows in and come forward to a right angle. You can come all the way to the floor if you wish. Then we take our back bend. You can straighten the arms or your bellies can be down with bent arms. Wherever you are though, the shoulders away from the ears. You're on the tops of the toes if that's comfortable. And then we take our downward dog. We're not going to stay here. We're going to go straight into bent knees, sitting back, ready to pounce, gazes forward, and stepping or jumping to the top of the mat, letting the head go. Then we rise up, hands to the heart, easy peasy. That's version A. Let me show you version B, please join it in. Weight into the heels, sit the bum back, and then lifting your arms, or they can go into the chest. That's the inhale, then as we exhale, we straighten the legs, and we take a forward fold. We lift the chest, we lift the bum halfway up. Same as before now, plank chaturanga. And you can take an up dog, coming onto the tops of the toes, or you can be in a little back bend, and then your down dog. The lift the right leg into the air, we step it to the right hand, left heel down, rise up, take an inhale, straight back down, plank, chaturanga. This is the one that gets difficult. We take a back bend and we take the downward dog. We do the same on the left. We lift the left leg into the air. We step it to the left hand. The right heel goes down. Rise up. Straight back down with one exhale, plank chaturanga. So this version B, as you can see, is a lot more to it than version A. Taking the back bend, downward dog. Straight into our pounce position where we sit the bum back, gaze forward, and step or jump to the top of the mat, let the head go. Take the halfway lift as we lift the bum, lift the chest, and let everything go into a deeper forward fold. Take the weight into the heels, take a little squat, chair, and then we finish round B, version B, sorry. So I'm out of breath, and that was one round. So we're going to do 5 rounds of version A, 5 rounds of version B. Like I said, I'm so going to regret this, but we will feel amazing once they are done. So this time we're going to cue the breath and just see how you go. Have as many breaks as you need. Okay, let's flow. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift the bum, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. One exhale, plank, chaturanga, you can jump. Come onto the tops of the toes if you wish, take a back bend, and downward dog, exhale. Inhale, gaze forward, get ready to pounce. Exhale, jump to the top of the mat, let your head go. Inhale, chest and bum. Exhale, deeper fold. Push the ground away, rise up, inhale. And exhale, hands to the heart, round one done, well done. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, plank chaturanga, back bend, and downward dog, exhale. Inhale, get ready to pounce. Exhale, take it forward, let the head go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And hands to the heart, are we warming up? Inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plank chaturanga. Back bend. And down dog. Get ready to pounce, inhale. Exhale, step or jump. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold. The breath is amazing when you get it. Rise up. So good for you, exhale. Round 3, I think, inhale. I've totally lost count, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. You're doing well. Rise up. And hands to the heart. Last round. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Amazing. Sit the bum backwards forward. Exhale, come forward. Halfway lift, inhale. And deeper fold. Push the ground away, rise up. And hands to the heart. Well done if you manage that. Let's just take a few breaths here. Really feel your feet on the floor. Tummy's in slightly. Roll the shoulders back and down. Notice your heart rate. It may be beating a little faster than it was before. So that was the easy one. Now we've got version B. Saraya, Namaskar B. Get a little drink first. Oh. This is going to get tough. So please drop your arms, your knees, in those chaturangas rather than straining the shoulder joints. Listen to your body and whatever it needs to do. Okay. We When you are ready, let's sit the bum back. Let's start in that first position. Weights in the heels. You can lift the arms or you can have them in at the heart, but my shoulders are away from my ears. And let's flow. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right foot. Exhale, step it through. Left heel down. Inhale, rise up. One exhale, plank chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left foot. Exhale, step it through, right heel down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, plank chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. It's quick. Inhale, sit the bum back, gazes forward. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit the bum back. Exhale, rise up. Round two, inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plank chaturanga. You don't have to jump and you can drop the knees. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, the right leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise up. Plank chaturanga. We love the plank chaturanga. Back bend. Down dog. And the left leg. And step it through. Right heel down. Inhale, rise up. Plank chaturanga. Whew. Back bend. Warming up now. Downward dog. Inhale, sit the bum back, gaze forward. And step or jump, let leg go. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Sit the bum back, rise up chair. And hands to the heart. Round three. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plank chaturanga. Back bend. Downward dog. Right leg. And step it through. Left heel down, rise up. I hope you are with me in some form or another. Well done, back bend. And down dog. Left leg. Step it through, right heel down, inhale, rise up. Plank chaturanga. This is why yoga teachers do have pretty strong shoulder muscles. Sit back, step it through, and halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair. And hands to the heart, 2 more rounds. Come on, you've got this. Sit back. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Plank chaturanga. Come on, we're nearly there. Back bend. Downward dog, exhale. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise up. Plank chaturanga. If I can do this with a hangover, you can definitely do this. Left leg, lift it up. Step it through, right heel down. Inhale, rise up. Plank chaturanga. Nearly there. Back bend. Downward dog. Sit the bum back, gazes forward. Step or jump. Whew. Inhale, back bend. And let it go. Sit back, chair. Handstand up. 1 more round. Inhale, chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Plank chaturanga. Back bend. Downward dog. Keep the tummies in. Right leg. Step it through. Let's keep that core structure, that support. Plank chaturanga. Nearly done. Back bend. Downward dog. Oh, feeling it now. Left leg. Step it through. Right heel down. Rise up. Plank chaturanga. It's your last one. Thank the Lord. And downward dog. Sit the bum back, gaze forward. Step or forward jump, let go. Halfway lift, deeper fold, chair, and stand up. Good grief. Right, now feel your heart rate. Let's have a minute. Just notice what's going on in your body. Let your heart rate slow down. Try and regain the control of the breath if you've lost it. If you manage that, amazing. Really well done. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to start working our glutes a little bit. This is where it might be useful if you've got blocks or cushions or something, only if your hamstrings are super tight. Don't worry if you don't have any equipment and you can't get your hands to the floor or fingertips to the floor without bending your knees. Please just bend your knees. And all you're going to do here is, with the hands on the floor or a block, taking the right foot and really rooting it down into that mat. You're going to see, as you kind of pull the leg up and lift that right hip away from the floor, maybe you can flex the toes on the right foot and lift. I mean left. Did I say left? The left foot. And all we're going to do is take the leg out to the side, slowly and controlled. 9, 8, squeeze, flex the feet, squeeze at the top. 6, 5, 4, 3, keep it in line with the foot, so you're not taking it back or forward. Last 1, take it down, have a little wiggle, and let's try that on the other side. So as you can imagine, if you had something on your hands, it does take a lot of the pressure out. So rooting down through the left foot this time, you're almost pushing the foot down and lifting the left hip away from the floor, and that allows you to lift the right foot off. If you really struggle, you can always stand on a block on that left foot, and that will allow you to lift the right leg. When you're ready, 10. Take it as high as you can. 9, 8. This is really good for our glutes. And I've lost count. 5, 4, tummy's in. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, felt that one. And you can step or jump back into your plank. Chaturanga. Hold your chaturanga. See how that feels. Push the ground away. And then lower yourselves onto your mat. Okay, glutes part 2. What we're going to do here is keep the gaze down and take the hands by the side. As you push your pubic bone, your pelvis, squeezing your butt to push the whole centre of this body into the mat, maybe you can lift your toes off. Notice what your shoulders are doing. We don't want them folding into the floor. Imagine you're trying to get your shoulder blades, your scapula, to meet behind you. And as you squeeze the ground away, try and touch your toes with your fingers. And breathe. You lift your chest and your feet as high as you can, pain-free. If you want a little more, you can hook your thumbs, squeeze the shoulders back, and breathe. Maybe lift the feet so that the knees come off and the upper thigh comes off. 1 more. Oh, and take it down. Keeping that tummy in, you can come onto your hands and knees first, or you can do the reverse press up and then take downward dog. Whatever feels good. Okie dokie. Let's lift the right leg into the air. And then maybe try and kick your bottom with your right heel. And then notice where your right knee is. I want you to open your right knee to the sky, as high as it will go, still trying to kick yourself in the butt. And pulse that knee as high as it will go. And watch that the arms, the gaze is down, the arms nice and straight, you haven't bent into one arm. Lift the knee even higher. And step the right foot forward, left heel comes down. Drag your front foot back. Drag the back foot forward if you can. Squeeze the belly and rise up to warrior two. Challenging your lower body as much as is comfortable for you. If you can, you come into a right angle. So the knee is over the ankle, the hips in line with the knee, only if that suits your body. Squeeze the butt cheeks under. And make sure your back foot isn't facing away, slightly forward or parallel to the mat. Gaze down those front fingers and breathe. Nice big breaths. Can you sink down a little lower? And your back foot is supporting you just as much as that front foot, rolling onto the outer edge of that back foot. And can you step it through? Oh, that was hard. Step it forward and give yourselves a little wiggle. Getting ready for some more glutes. Same as you did before, but we're adding on. So, hands to the floor or to blocks. Rooting through your right foot, left foot comes out and we hold. And we circle 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep it in line with the front foot. So you haven't gone backwards, you haven't gone forwards. 3, 2, 1, reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Tummy's in. Lengthen the right leg. 3, 2, 1. Swap over. Take it out. Don't knock the water bottle over. Oh, and 10, 9. Lift the right leg as high as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ouch. Reverse. Ouch. 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 I can feel it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jesus. Oh, yes. Right. Plank chaturanga. Okay. Can you hold that chaturanga? Can you push up into a plank? Oh. Can you take the chaturanga and lower yourselves down? And maybe just go to sleep. Okie dokie. This time, let's try cobra, I think. So take the hands by the chest. You're on the tops of the toenails. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows, and push the ground away. Pushing the pelvis down, squeezing your glutes, but you're not sinking down. So you're not trying to make the neck short, you're trying to make the neck long by taking your upper back down and away from your neck. 2 more deep breaths. Reverse press up, or you can take your hands and knees, downward dog. Left leg lifts, kick yourself in the bottom with the left foot and open the knee. Watch that your right elbow hasn't bent. You can gaze between your hands, that will help keep the elbows nice and aligned. And pulse that left knee to the ceiling. And breathe. And step it through. Right heel down. I'm going to come into that warrior two. Okay, so as wide apart between the feet as is comfortable for you. I'm going to change sides here. And then activating, so tummy's in, dragging the front foot towards the midline a little. And then rising up, making any adjustments that feel good for you. Taking it into a right angle on that front leg, only if that suits your body. Always squeeze in on them glutes to support the back. And imagine you're lifting your midline up. Open the arms strongly, relax the shoulders. And gaze down that front hand. Oh my God, a good stay to that. Oh, it's a sweaty one today. And breathe. Well done. Can you take it down for the last breath? And come into a downward dog this time. So hands down, downward dog. Lift the right knee into the air. And as you bring your shoulders over your wrists, knee to nose, and take it back. And then knee to nose, and take it back. Last one, knee to nose. Lift the knee high. You're trying to hit yourself in the chin. Hover the knee now between the hands. Lift it high again, and take it back. Ooh, and drop your right foot. And walk your hands to the back of the mat to meet your feet. Guess what's coming now? So this time, we're going to take it up a level. So we're going to hook the two right fingers around the right big toe. And again now, the left hand can be on the floor or on a block to lift that floor away. And then what you're going to do here, root through your left foot, lengthen, and then maybe lift the right foot off the floor. And then lift and lower. 4, 3, as high as you can go. 2, 1, hold, if you can. Maybe you can let go of the foot and take the arm out. Maybe you can take the other arm out. Oh, gee, and then release. And then step forward. Take a little wiggle. Okay, we're taking it onto that left foot again. And what you're going to do this time is bring your hands into the heart and like you're going to kick yourself in the right butt cheek. So, whoa, core muscles are pulled in. That's your strength here. Gaze is down. And maybe you can start to push that right heel back. If you need to, just bring your hands down. I think I need to on this hip and just see how that feels. Oh, do you feel that in your left glute? And then maybe keeping your left hand on the floor if it's lifted, popping it down. Open the right hip now and maybe lift the right arm into the air. Half moon. Oh, and see how that feels. And then bringing it back down. Downward dog. Did say it was a glutes class. Right, back into those shoulders and core. Left leg lifts. Shoulders over wrists, knee to nose. Inhale back. Shoulders over wrists, knee to nose. Last one, lift. Shoulders over wrists, knee to nose. Now lift the knees high as you can. And then hover between the hands. And lift it back up. And take it back. Oh yes, drop the left foot. Walk your hands back to your feet. And let's see how we go on the other side. Okay. 2 fingers, left big toe. Right hand on the floor or on a block. And as you push the right foot into the floor and start to lengthen up through that right hip, maybe your left foot will lift. Remember, you can always stand on something with the right foot, as long as you've got safe balance to help here. And then lift and lower. In line with that foot, so you're not bringing the foot forward or back. 3, tummy's in, 2, 1, can you hold? Can you hold that left foot out? Can you release it and hold it? Can you take your right arm out? And breathe. Oh my God, you can feel that one. Release it, wiggle, just do whatever feels good. Whew. Intense this one today. Hand into the chest, rooting through the right foot. Kick yourself with the left heel. And if you can, imagine you're lengthening your head forward as you start to kick your left heel back, flexing the toes to the floor, and we're not lifting that left hip. So if you felt your hips, they're both parallel to the floor. Really kicking that heel away. Amazing. Maybe dropping your right hand to the floor or a block, and now you can start to open that left hip. And maybe lift the left arm into the air. Breathe. And just release it off. Take a down dog, wiggle, 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 and come onto your backs. If you've done all that, I'm hoping you don't feel quite as knackered as I do. It's my own bloody fault. Right. Okay. Let's just see how, in fact, I'm just going to come on our bellies. Sorry to mess you about. We're going to come on our bellies. I'm just going to do one more back bend on our tummies before we come into a deeper back bend the other way. So the options here, just like we've done before, you can take the toenail to the floor and you can just lift into a gentle cobra. You can take the locust, which is where we roll the shoulders back and we try and get our hands to our feet. We've done both of those today. Or if you want to try a little deeper, you can bend your feet. No, you can bend your knees to bring your feet towards your bum. Please, please be careful. If there's any pinching in your lower back, do not do this. Just go to one of the other options. Maybe you can reach back. Trying to grab the ankles with both hands simultaneously. So you're trying not to grab one and then the other. You're trying to come back at the same time. Make sure that the knees are kind of in line with the hips. Mine will go out. Naturally, that's just what happens. But if you can avoid it, please do. Roll the shoulders back. And maybe, as you feel your belly, feel it pushing against the floor, you can push your hands into your feet and your feet into your hands and start to lift the knees off. Make sure you're not squishing the back of the neck. And as you breathe, you might rock and roll in this bow pose. Big breaths. And release gently. Take the hands and the heads together and just rock out those hips. And now you can come onto your backs. Okay. Last pose of the day before we do a stretch. Right, so what we're going to do here is either the option that you did at the very start of the class, where you're just going to lift up, pushing the feet into the mat, rolling the shoulders down away from the ears and just taking a bridge pose, activating the glutes. That's your option if you don't want to come into what we call a wheel pose, which is like a crab from when you may have been a little bit younger. I was certainly a lot younger. So you've got the option of bridge. You can always just put a cushion under your lower back. Or bringing the feet in towards the bum. Taking the hands behind you. You can either do this one or you can't really. When we do it in class, we do lots of support with it, so please be careful with this. If you want to have a go, you're bringing the hands by the shoulders, spinning your hands all the way around so that your fingers are then facing your feet. And then you exhale all the air out of your body. And as you inhale, you push the ground away, you lift your bum up. Please, please be careful with this. Maybe push the ground away and come onto the top of the head, or maybe keep coming up into that wheel. Please be careful with this. Wherever you are, just breathe. You stay as long as you want. Oh, before gently coming down. And in a minute, and you may feel that that really shot the heart rate up. Just notice how you feel. And if you're a girl with a pony, it definitely messes up your head. Okay, let's take the right ankle over the left knee. Bring that thigh in, and we're just getting a nice back and glute stretch here. Big belly breathing. If that's too much, you can always keep your foot on the floor or just prop it up with something. You can hold on behind the thigh, or you can take hold of the front. Try and relax your head and shoulders. You can flex the toes of both feet if you wish, and that will really help the knees if you've got any knee issues. And when you're ready, swapping it over. Holding on wherever feels good. And if you're holding on and your head and shoulders have lifted, then you need to just take it back a level so the upper body can just relax. Otherwise, if you hold on too tightly, your muscles really won't give at all. You've got to stretch in a really relaxed way. And then bringing the feet to the floor. Hands on the belly, feet a little bit wider now, let the knees fall together. And just notice how you feel. Really feeling the floor under you, completely supporting you. Feeling your belly and your ribs moving out as you inhale. And then letting it go. And rolling onto one side. Before gently bringing yourself up to seated. And sitting up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the chest, sit in any way that's comfortable for you. You can seal the end of the practice by bringing the palms of the hands together and lots and lots of nerves on your palms. Really squeezing them. Squeezing the hands into the chest and the chest into the hands. Take a couple of really deep breaths. You always forget to breathe deeply. Bowing your head. Bringing the thumbs to the forehead. Thank you so much for joining me on this 6-part total